The second part to having a really consistent, excellent first serve is having a super consistent toss. Okay, a toss that always goes to the same place so that your opponent cannot read what it is that you do. Okay, so we talked about the grip and how the Eastern backhand grip is really perfectly suited to disguise your serve. A super consistent toss that goes along the same channel of delivery is also a key to success, to having a perfectly timed serve. So let's talk about some of the symptoms that I've noticed at the rec level. Okay, most of the rec players have basically 3 or 4 common symptoms. The first one is the one that I call the hyperactive toss. Okay, it's usually either the fingers are hyperactive or the wrist is really hyperactive, or the forearm. And that translates into a really fast delivery, okay, where they release their ball very low, and then the ball basically does not follow a very consistent channel of delivery. Okay, so that's symptom number 1, hyperactive fingers. Another ones are actually lazy fingers, where your fingers just do not hold the ball long enough to be able to give it the proper trajectory. So you'll see that where people just kind of like toss the ball and then it slips out of their hand, okay, rolls out of their hand, either on the front or on the side, okay. That's what happens when you have lazy fingers, okay. And then one of the most common one also, the third one that I'm going to give you, okay, is they do not follow a clean trajectory of delivery, okay. For me, I've always had a good serve. My serve has always been the key to my success. I've been able to serve as high as 135 miles per hour in my A days, okay, at about 150 pounds. So pound per mile, I've been doing quite well for myself. All right, and what I noticed that's very, very typical to someone who serves well is the delivery motion follows my leg. Okay, so my leg is basically aligned with you guys, and what you notice is my ball follows that exact channel, okay, right here. All right, so that to me is what you're trying to achieve, from the bottom to the top, okay. So this is what we're going to try to work on. There's also something that happens, and I'm going to give you a 4th symptom that happens to a lot of players, okay, and that usually happens around here, okay, where they do not hold their hand up long enough, so there's not enough hang time, okay. So it's very important that you do not rush up here, okay, that you stay very relaxed. And what I see is I see a lot of people just drop their hand very quickly, and in the process of doing that, they lose all the power, they mess up their timing, and then obviously they mess up their serve. So one key to working on this and making it very efficient for yourself is we all have seen these really, really big balls that a lot of people get autographed, okay? Mine was actually autographed by my 4-time ISL champion team, okay? All of them signed the ball for me, so it's a very special ball for me, okay? So essentially, I want you guys to try to find one of these. And the reason why it's really good is because it forces your hand to be open and relaxed, okay? If you notice, my hand is just basically wide open, but it engages my fingers long enough so that they cannot be lazy and let that ball roll out of my hand, okay? So very important that you realize that. Also, because it's big enough, all right, it gives me substance. All right, something that is substantial enough that I actually feel it in my whole hand so that I start to generate that sensation, okay? And now, because it's big enough, it gives you this sense of going along a very, very straight channel here. As in the small ball is so tiny that, you can have an inch, of air along your track and not notice it. As in this one, if I don't go along right here, okay, see there, it went that way, I noticed it right away, okay? As in here, when I go along my leg, right here, okay, this one is not good, okay, right there, perfect, okay? So you see, even me, I have to work on it to be able to keep that ball to go straight, all right? So that's very good, and it forces me to open my hand up here and to be already on my delivery foot, okay? So you notice there's a weight transfer that happens here, okay? 1 and 2, okay? 1 and 2, all right? So that helps me to really visualize this channel that my ball has to be within to have the perfect serve. If it's an inch to the right or an inch to the left, Okay, even though we have an incredible margin of adjustment, my serve is not going to be as accurate as I would like it to be. Okay, on a windy day, obviously there might be a couple of issues here and there, but as long as you develop that really clean delivery motion on your toss, you're going to have a great toss, and this ball is going to help you to achieve it.